Okie dokie. So now that you have finished setting up your social media profile, you watched the video on how to get started with Facebook Jumpstart, you followed all those steps and you completed all those tasks, that means that you're ready to start messaging. So that's when things actually start really getting fun. You did the setup, you're all ready to go. Now, if I can be honest, when I was Own Trap sales manager in the Morris County office, the biggest mistake that I made when Facebook Jumpstarting was poorly managing my groups. I didn't consistently update who I had added, who I had messaged. I didn't add people to my acquaintances list. And then I had a really hard time keeping track of who I needed to message. And that made things way more complicated. So when you watch this video, you're really going to understand the reason why it's so important to sort your groups efficiently. Now, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to post about the job on your social media timeline. So there's even a post for you all set and ready to make here. I'm going to update the image for this post too, but if you don't add the image, now the link preview will come up. Now, I personally like putting the link at the top and at the bottom, so I'm going to edit this status to reflect that. And the reason why is because some people will just see the link and they'll click it. They'll be like, oh my gosh, student work, cool, I'm from New Jersey, and they'll click that link. Other people will read the information and want more info. It really just depends on the person, but some people won't read it all the way through. So to have the link both at the top as a catching their eye and being right there so that they can click it, and also at the bottom so they can click it once they've read the information, that means that you're going to get a lot more clicks on your post. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to post it. Now, I already hid my past post, but if I hadn't, I would definitely make sure to hide my previous post about the job on my Facebook page just by clicking the three dots here and clicking hide from timeline. That way I only have one post up on my actual profile at a time. You want to post about the job before you start messaging, and the reason why is because as you're messaging, people might see that on your profile or might look at your profile, and they'll be able to grab more info from the link there, which some people might just go and look for more information themselves before messaging you back, and having that there will be super helpful. Another reason why having your post up on your profile is so important is because some people won't respond to the message you sent them, but they'll respond to the post that you made, or they'll share the post to their friends. So for example, Owen messaged one of the girls on his team, Bella, back in 2019, and when he messaged her, she had a couple things going on. She wasn't looking for work. She said no thank you. But then over right before the summer started here, Owen made a post on his Facebook. Bella saw the post, clicked it, applied for an interview, came in, and she sold, if I'm not mistaken, about $30,000 worth of the product. And she also told her friend Joey Fuerstein about the job, and he sold $76,000 worth of Cutco, was the number 4 top student rep in the company this summer, and won a scholarship. So I think that that's really awesome. I think that speaks for itself on why it's so important not only to message people, but also to post. So once you make that post, you're going to message 40 people per day. And I'm going to show you how you should set up your screen before you start sending out messages. Now you're going to be using both your computer and your phone to send these messages, or to get yourself ready to send these messages. But I need everyone to write this down. You don't want to send your first message about the job to someone using your computer. You want to send your first message using your phone, because when you're sending so many messages at a time, if you use your phone to send them, Facebook's less likely to think that you're a robot, which obviously you're not a robot, but using your computer might make Facebook think that you're one. So what you're going to do is you're going to open up your friend list on both pages. So you're going to open up Facebook twice. And you're going to open up the acquaintances list on one side, and you're going to open up the Facebook message list on the other side. And once I show you guys how to set this up, it's going to blow your mind. It literally makes it so simple. So you'll open up the acquaintances, and you'll open up your Facebook message list. See all, looks like I have some adding to do here. and see all. And then what you want to do is you're basically going to make the Facebook message list not just people who are on this list, but open to all of your friends. And as you send the message on your phone to each person, you're just going to message 5 at a time. So I have some adding to do, obviously, but you're going to message all these people, and then as you message them, you're just going to add them to your Facebook message list. So let's say that I message Billy. I'll add Billy Rodriguez to the list. I'll add Mike. And Kazi after I message them, and then I'll just click each of their pictures, as you just saw me do, and they'll be removed from the acquaintance list, and then you'll have them added to your Facebook message list. So I like to remove from this list and add to the next one in groups of 5 to 20. I like that it's in rows and it's alphabetically ordered, so it's really easy to keep track. But you want to make sure that you always keep track of who you have messaged and who you haven't, because the more you put it off, the more complicated it's going to be. So that's something that I want you to do during every single shift, is just keep track of who you're messaging as you're messaging them. Just like I said, as a reminder, make sure you're using your phone to send the messages, not your computer. Now, once someone responds to your message, then you can totally use Messenger on your computer to respond to them. You just don't want to have that first message sent from anything other than your phone. Something that can make your life way easier is on your iPhone, if you go into your settings, and I'll open up my settings on my my laptop here because I have a Mac. But whether you have an iPhone, or I know Android has the same thing, you can go into your settings. So on your iPhone, then you'll go into General, you'll click Keyboard, and then you'll click Text Replacement, and you can add shortcuts for yourself. That way, instead of typing the full message, you can just type the little shorthand phrase that you made for yourself, and the whole message will be there. That way, instead of copying and pasting, going back and forth from the template page to Messenger, from your computer to your phone, you just have it all there. So let's say that I'm messaging someone, right? And I'll just scroll down to the Google Doc to use that as an example. Let's say that someone asks me, what's the job? I have W job in my phrases as a phrase to the shortcut. So I can just type W job. Oh, I might have deleted that one, but I know FBJ is one. Oh, cool. So now what I'm learning is that Google Docs just doesn't do that. All right, cool. So I'll show you in my notes just to make it easier. I can type FVJ, and there we go. Now the post, the text will come up. So all I need to do is just type a shorthand message, and it's there, which makes your life way easier. Awesome. So yeah, that's really all it is. It's pretty simple. You're basically just going to post about the job, message 40 people per day. Your messages must be sent through the phone, but your responses can be sent through your laptop. All of the messages that you're going to use are on the Jumpstart site. So when you message someone, your first message, you can use these. Basically everything that you need is here. So when they're interested, any questions that they have. And then one last resource that I wanted to show you guys is, let's say that someone asks a question that isn't a typical question like, oh, hey, what's the job? Or what's the company? Or how flexible are the hours? What's the pay like? Those are really basic questions, and the answers to all of those are on this page. But let's say that somebody asks a more in-depth question that we might not be used to getting. I don't want to overcomplicate this home-based page here. However, there is a link to the Facebook Jumpstart frequently asked questions. So a response to anything that you might not be able to find on there. And it's literally just a couple pages of all of these different messages that you can, use as a response. So that's really it, guys. that's all I wanted to go over in terms of getting started with Facebook Jumpstart messaging. So let me know if you have any questions.